Welcome to the YouTube Sports Network. I got a topic I want to cover. I got a couple names I want to cover. I just talked about the Jets, and I'm picking them a quarterback. I went through a few names. You should check out the video. It's not that bad. Not that bad. I mean, you got some names up there, some names that we can possibly choose from. As fans of the sports, we're looking through some names, and I came up with those names, and I'm sure other people can come up with some names and probably the same names. But check it out. All right, this video today is going to be about Matthew Stafford. I'm going to use this whiteboard and these markers. I want to be able to use this stuff as a visual aid. We're going to talk about Matthew Stafford, the quarterback of the LA Rams. And I also want to talk about, I guess I'll write it like that, right? I also want to talk about, I spelled his name right? Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams, I want to talk about as well. I'm doing this like a teacher now. Okay? Alright, Christmas colors. There you go. No, actually, no, I want to keep it green. Green is good. Green is good. Red is like an error. They put that in our minds. Red is a mistake. So that's why sometimes I use it for money or opponents or who's leaving, like a subtraction, who's leaving the team. I don't know. In the early going, that's how I'm using these colors. That's the color coordination and the usage and the reasoning behind it. Okay, Matthew Stafford. The Rams right now are 9-2. The Rams are 9-2. They're sixth in points scored with 27.8. They're first in points against with 16.3. This team got a lot going on. And I'm thinking, you look at it, 9-2. You look at the scheduling. I was thinking this is something I'm thinking about. The glitch in the NFL. You want to know what the glitch in the NFL is, guys? I think early going. I think it might be the scheduling. I will cover that another time. That's a deep one. I mean, that's something like you gotta sit down, look at the schedules, look at the records, and a lot of stuff. I'm just saying, the scheduling. That's probably how you create some of the parity. Anyway, whatever. There is a lot of parity in sports. We know that, right? In football and baseball and hockey. I mean, I'm just trying to not stand in the way because it's so close. All the sports: football, hockey, baseball, basketball. All right. Rams are 9-2. That's where they are in points scored. Stafford, he was 20. I'll get to that in a second. Before anything, I want to say that Stafford is 117, 115, and 1 in his career. That's his career record. So that indicates that going into the season, Matthew Stafford, the most likely Hall of Famer, the guaranteed Hall of Famer, the Hall of Famer Matthew Stafford went into this season with a record below 500 for his career. He was 108 and 113 and 1 coming into this. He had 108 wins and 113 losses coming into this season with the Rams. Now he's 9-2. He's got his record over 500. Can you imagine that? It's just, Hall of Famer with a record less than 500. I mean, I know he has more football to go. I'm pretty sure. Not only this year, but going forward. But that's interesting. I wonder how many people knew that his record was below 5. I didn't look at that, so I didn't know. But I know we know he had a lot of losing seasons. He didn't have a lot of wins in Detroit. That was when Thanksgiving was fun in Detroit. No, I shouldn't say that. I mean, it's like what was fun was if the Lions are going to pull off the win. That was fun. See, now you guys got such a good team. It's like, which is great, and which is awesome for Detroit that they're winning the games. It's good to see them in a position now where when they're playing on Thanksgiving, and it's like now in the last 3 years, 4, maybe most 3 years has been like you feel like they're gonna definitely win now. But there was for a good amount of time it was like such a hopeful, like there's a chance that they were gonna win. Like there was a glimmer of hope Like, you have to really pay. There was a glimmer of hope in some of these matchups. The Joey Harrington games. How many games did he play there? But Joey Harrington, there was a game there. Like, I think they wore like their old school brown helmets and brown pants. It was crazy. I don't know. It's something. But there's some interesting, fun football on Thanksgiving. And that's when football was fun for me, when I wasn't even watching, when I wasn't playing fantasy football like that. That was pre-fantasy, where I really got to enjoy the football without really being bothered. I'm pretty sure I was when I wasn't so bothered about what the hell was going on in the field. All right. Not bothered, but like not sitting comfortably because I'm like, get the ball to my guy. Oh, damn, 2 yards. Come on. Oh, wait. Oh, it's like there's a lot of emotions there. Point is, that's the rant. The Rams have played Houston, Philly, Indianapolis, San Francisco twice already, in San Fran and obviously in LA. At Baltimore, that was without Lamar, but all right, without Lamar, that's a big asterisk. At Jacksonville and Tampa Bay recently, and Seattle 2 weeks ago. So, and they've beaten all these teams except San Fran, and they've also lost to they just recently lost to not recently lost. Come on. Jesus, right on the spot. My God, I can't even think who the hell they just lost. They lost to the Eagles, excuse me. Eagles 33-26, around like within the first 3 weeks of the season, I believe. So it's like they're on a collision course, it feels like, with the Eagles, right? I feel like they're on a collision course. They're gonna have a big matchup in the playoffs. I mean, right? I think didn't they play in the playoffs to get to the Super Bowl last year? Eagles beat them, but Rams had them. Was it the game to get to the Super Bowl or before? But I know that happened. I remember a friend of ours, Tony, was always talking about that too. He's big on the Rams this season. Tony's big on the Rams. So, but anyway, and then earlier this season they lost, but they were about to kick a game. They were kicking a game-winning field goal, and then they blocked it. That's right, and the Eagles blocked it and took it to the house. Isn't that correct? So, Rams, it might be in a collision course. I don't know how the seedings go. I don't know what's going to be with the seedings. I don't even peep those things at this time, but we'll see how they meet. But anyway, Matthew Stafford, I'm mentioning him because they're mentioning him at 37 years old. They're saying Matthew Stafford, if I'm not mistaken, he has a streak going on right now. He has 25 straight touchdown passes without throwing an interception. I think that's the record, or tied for a record. I don't know if it's consecutive pass attempts without an interception, or I don't know if it's consecutive pass touchdowns without an interception. But he has 25 straight touchdown passes since his last interception. So he's really on a tear. He's leading the MVP vote as we speak. He's 7th in the NFL in pass attempts. He's 5th in pass yards, solid. 1st in QB rating, which is obviously solid, the best of the year. 1st in touchdowns. He is 30. Goff is 2nd. Jared Goff on the Lions has 23, so he's +7. Stafford is. Interesting, right? Goff and Stafford, they were traded for each other. So yeah. And he also only has 2 interceptions. So Matthew Stafford, not only the most touchdowns and least interceptions, the fewest. That's the best touchdown to interception ratio. And it's like the best strikeout to walk ratio in baseball, one of those things. So that's what's going on at 37 years old. So I'm bringing him up also. The reason why I really want to bring him up as well is because there is a guy named currently still playing. His name is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers at 37 years old. When he was 37, Aaron Rodgers, let me stand over here for a sec. Aaron Rodgers at 37 years old. He won the MVP in the 2020 season. The Packers were 13-3. They had the number 1 scoring offense. He had 48 touchdown passes and 5 interceptions. Led the league with 48 touchdown passes and 5 interceptions. 66.4% completion percentage. And I just said Stafford, 30 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He leads the league in touchdowns. This is 11 games so far. and a 66.5%. So 0.1% better completion percentage than Aaron Rodgers that season. I'm not saying, I'm just saying, because those numbers, I can't help but mention that. That is not a make or break for the voting, but isn't that so interesting how close that is, those numbers? But yes, these guys at 37, I got to see other Hall of Fame greats at the age of 37 and where they are and what they did. But these guys are possibly going to be both winning MVP at that stage of their career or that year of their life. So I also want to pivot now to Devontae Adams. Real quick on Devontae Adams, I don't know why he came out like that, but there's a possibility that Devontae Adams, right now he has about 681 yards receiving. He has about 64 catches, 680. Am I correct on that? He is close to being on pace to 1,000 yards. He's close to it. He needs to increase the average just a little bit to get there. He is working on his 6th straight 1,000 yard season if he does get it, and if he does get it, that would be his 7th in his last 8 seasons, 1,000 yards for him. He also has over 12,000 yards in his career, 12,000 plus. I don't remember exactly, 12,200, 12,500, but he's having a phenomenal 12,000 something, guys. At this point, right? Who's counting? 12,000 plus receiving yards. He's averaging 1,212 receiving yards per season on a 16 game, now I guess 17 game basis. Adams is. It could be 16 or 17, but a full season's workload is averaging 1,212 yards for his career. He is a Hall of Famer, obviously, no doubt. And I'm thinking, if he leads the league this year, if he continues to lead the league this year in touchdown catches, Devontae Adams would do that now with 3 different franchises. I don't know who else has led the league in touchdown catches. Ah, man, I guess I got to get out of light. I don't know who else has led the league in touchdown catches with 3 different franchises, but there's a good chance that, Jerry Rice did it with, actually, no, Jerry Rice did not. Randy Moss did it with, Jerry Rice led the league in touchdown catches, yes, many and plenty of times. But Randy Moss led the league with the Vikings and with the Patriots. And other players, I'm sure, have done it as well. But Devontae Adams, I'm pretty sure this has not happened, but he would be the first player in NFL history to lead the NFL in touchdown catches 3 times, or with 3 different franchises. In 2020, he did it with Green Bay. He had 18. 2022 with Las Vegas Raiders, he had 14. And this year so far, 2025 with the Rams, he has 12. So if he holds on, the second most touchdown right now, actually I should have put this here before. Second most TD catches. I don't know why it's engaging when it's engaging this way. Is 9. Adams in 2025. It's got 12, baby. The most. I don't know why I'm doing that, but just to give you guys, I guess because I did that. But anyway, second most touchdown catches. Adams has the most. Now at this point, it's like this guy is being absolutely insane. What is this guy doing right now? Anyway, I just want to get a visual there. I'm done here. Just want to give you my point, my information on the Rams and what really piqued my interest. Stafford and Adams is a dangerous duo. All right, guys. Thanks for listening.